how were they playing games? They were having so much fun off stage. But you watch them sort of dismember themselves over the years.
Doctor, doctor, please.
Lines of drugs like you've never seen in your life, and huge great things after a show.
Gary went on the road with us for quite a long time. Gary actually, probably won't want me to say this, but enjoyed the excess as well.
UFO, the naughtiest band in metal. Formed in the late 60s, the Flying Objects didn't really take off until they borrowed their German support act's teenage guitarist.
We happened to have Scorpions opening for us. We was on the lookout for a guy, and the Blonde Bomber turned up.
If I look back, I realize how much impact I had, and because I was so focused, I think I would have left my mark with any band on the level that I did.
There's a lot of guitar players who were very good at what they did in those days, but, you know, not many people had their secret weapon like Michael.
Michael didn't really speak any English apart from yes and no, so that was real difficult.
Somebody in the band, I think it was Andy Parker, told me once, "You're so lucky you don't understand what they're saying." I guess I was.
The sulky young Schenker would quit the band on an almost weekly basis, which meant he'd fit in perfectly. UFO loved a bit of chaos.
They sold thousands of records in the States and never had a penny at the end of it, and that's because they always spent everything they earned on drugs.
Drugs, yeah, it was tons of drugs. Mainly cocaine.
I was too hard to handle. Yeah, I'm too hard to handle.
I always liked to drink, you know, and for me, drinking and taking, you know, tablets that would relax me would basically be based on being nervous and just to make myself feel more comfortable.
How do you go to bed after playing to 12,000 people who have just adored you? You know, what do? You have a double scotch and then you put your head on a pillow and go to sleep? Of course you don't.
Lights out in London. Won't take you till the end. Better now you know we'll never wait till tomorrow. Lights out in London. Won't take you till the end. God knows when I'm coming on.
The funny thing that what happened to me was that when we had the first hit, which was the Lights Out album, I was so shocked and scared that I actually ran away. I just simply broke down. I couldn't remember my notes. I was totally preoccupied. I was totally unhappy, and I just panicked.
Things were a little bit, I don't know, there wasn't much contact going on at that point. And I think he just wanted to go.
Ironically, as soon as Schenker left, UFO had their biggest hit with a song he'd co-written.
Doctor, doctor, please. Don't you know I'm going fast? Doctor, doctor.
We never ever took a break. You know, the biggest break was like, let's score some cocaine. So you have a day off chatting and doing some lines, that'll be about it.
Although UFO remained a big draw, the road of excess led nowhere near the Palace of Wisdom. 1982, Way left a band that was on the verge of collapse.
He worked an awful long time and reached a certain point, and then suddenly it all goes.
He carried on with UFO, and UFO went actually lower and lower and lower until there was nothing left.
One step closer to the devil. One step further from the Lord.
From being, I suppose you could say, reasonably well off, doing okay and everything, and you can turn around and there's literally nothing. That's a bit, gives you a bit of a jolt.
UFO had blown it in every sense, but by 1993, Way, Mogg and Schenker were back together again, and they've been splitting up and reforming ever since. Business as usual then.
You know, it's like if you eat too much chocolate, you kind of, oh, chocolate again, you know? But if you stay away from chocolate and you have it, wow, it's just amazing.
Our band is day by day, minute by minute actually. It's a great entertainment. I tell you what, you can make a great soap opera out of it.
I've seen those boys stage at a few shows and I saw less and less of them as it went on. One to be in the toilet, one to be on the floor, one under a table and one looking for women. It's difficult backstage in rock and roll sometimes, but still. Birmingham calls.